she did something that was like, wow, it was a high level of abuse. And I'm like, what? You mean, no, I can't take this. That if that's the case, let me just move on with my life and all this. All this is before marriage. Before marriage. Oh, later on, I'm sorry, minister. So went ahead. On wedding day, she walked out of the wedding. Because she was doing all these prayer points. Well, I need to make it public that we actually got married in MFM. So, to let you know the kind of, so I need to be public. I got married twice in MFM. The G of MFM is involved in all these things. So, to understand, so she was prayer, 100 prayer points, 200 prayer points. I say, I believe in prayer. But what you need is not prayer that will solve it. So that becomes like, what do you mean? No, we have been around. We have been prayer. This one is not about prayer. You need help. You need help. You need help. And it was like, oh, so at a point, there are some things she did that I was like, wow. And like you say, don't let your neck suffer for the sin of your ex. I'm like, wow. This is the way. And I said, look, I love you. I believe it's of God. But this one, it can't work because, you know, I'm the one speaking now. She's not yet to speak for herself. So I don't want to say things that will make it seem as if you're trying to denigrate somebody. But she did something that was like, wow, it was a high level of abuse. And I'm like, what? You mean, no, I can't take this. That if that's the case, let me just move on with my life and all this. All this is before marriage. Before marriage. Oh, later on, I'm sorry, minister. So went ahead. On wedding day, she walked out of the wedding.
Wow.
Because people don't know all these stories, but I just want to use it to help people. It's my story to share, and I'm doing it for the first time openly, globally. I don't know why, but I believe maybe it's just God that wants us to. So now she walked out of the wedding. There are people that were there. And why did she walk out of the wedding? To see where religion destroys people's life. We walk. We didn't do, of course, I've preached it. I don't do reception. I don't do a waste of money. Wedding gown and all those things. So there was I'm the firstborn of my family. So my parents are saying, you are the firstborn. And my mother will call, Mommy, I can't do what I don't have, because I have learned a lot of things by virtue of my own work. I've seen the fathers, all these people, because I was the director of mission for Maurice from 1992. All the fathers of faith, I was in meetings with them, sitting down as the secretary, typing and hearing the things that they don't say on the pulpit. So before I ever got married, I already knew that my children must be born in America. It was already a software inside me. So I said, look, come on, this one. So that was my own vision, American picking. So that is we get American passports out. So we don't born picking for Americans in 1990. So we are the one that started about plan, because that was what I saw that many of the fathers were talking behind the scene. So that was my own focus. So when they say you are the firstborn, we have to do reception. I said, no problem, you can do. We'll come and visit you. That was what we went to do. And as we were coming in, my mother came out. And hey, our wife has come. She just flipped. No, mommy, I'm not your wife. I'm my husband's wife. Or bringing culture messages. That's the way they say. They will now say our wife. It will now become Yawule, a wife of a compound, and they will now pour water for you to match on evil water. So my mom said, no, this is Jesus' house. There's no evil water here. No. But I felt like, what's this? Before people, you are just coming to them. So when we got this, I said, why what do you do now? Which evil water? I'll be man of God. You'll be woman of God. This is a Christian. Which one be? Our wife is also a Christian. No. I don't know. In fact, why are we here? She just turned around and said, I'm leaving. She didn't spend 10 minutes there. Wedding day.
Wow.
Because people do. And she walked out.
Wow.
And of course, I said, what's that? If you leave, you know, they do Africa, but if you leave, my mother came to me and said, you are living here. This is not your house. Like your wife has gone, you have to follow your wife. You are a man now, you are married. Follow your wife. The people that were there are still alive. That's the marriage, that's the beginning of a marriage. For the next 10 years, it was a combination of all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. And as a young man, I was 27 or 28 when I got married. As a young man, there were many things that I began to see. So when people don't understand, wisdom for single, your ministry is born out of your misery. I was doing amazingly well, campus, and when I saw, I said, hey, you mean you can be so anointed? You can, and then you still end up in marriage and come and fail and fail. I need to go and rescue the next generation so that I can begin to teach them practical things that church is not talking about. That's what led to wisdom for single. That's why when people started hearing, they're like, who be this man? What kind of message? Because I was dealing with issues. If you want to marry a firstborn, you want to marry a lastborn, if you want to marry somebody that is I was dealing with real issues
that was born out of your own experiences.
Because look, this woman, see, tomorrow, I have not been able to reach a level of prayer. See, tomorrow, as a man of God, this woman prays an average of 3 hours every night, 3-4 hours. In the 9+ years of that marriage, even in America, even in London, she has never slept from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. before. Never. That level of consistency in prayer.
Wow.
If I get that one, I'll be greater than the greatest. I'm telling you, the level of, but upon all that prayer, I believe that prayer will change you first.
Yes.
Before I can so, but the prayer is die, be destroyed. This is not prayer. These are not so. It was a major, all kinds of things that we cannot go into. And at the end of it all, the abuse was heavy. I can't go into all the details, but the abuse was heavy. Physical abuse, all manner of, it's terrible. And I will say this one. So, in that marriage, if I don't get slapped, let me just be on the minimal side. In 9 years, maybe like 6 slap. Now imagine a
full-grown man,
a full-grown man. A full-grown man. Now let me now tell you this is the overseer of the Dr. is still alive. It's a public thing. At least between us, he's a man of God. He can say the truth. That crisis I was telling you, that before marriage, we're coming from Dr. Lukoya's office. When she went to introduce me to him for the first time, said this is the person, and there were some things that happened which I don't want to go into. That when I got there, I expressed those things because I didn't know the man before. So when I got there and I saw crowd, I saw the chair, and I didn't go. I said, you mean say this guy to this God? My normal man of God said, man, this guy didn't go. This. But when I got there, I saw some of the prayers. While we were waiting, they were praying some prayers, and there was a place where they have the gospel of our God. Give me not poverty, give me control. And they were praying, God, I don't want to prosper. I come against spirit of, I don't want money. I said, it's not the interpretation of that scripture. My normal Bible self, now I put me for trouble. So when we got in, I was expecting, the way you say, when we enter, Dr. Luka, one of the most humblest man of God in this world. Even calls her auntie, her name, man of God, you're welcome. That person will come sit and they greet us like this, so I became relaxed. Bless you, man of God. I relaxed. We began to say, so how's everything? So as we just asked a lot of questions, I said, hey, man of God, tell your people, that scripture then could not be so. That was my mistake. That scripture could not be so. And then when we were going also, she was saying that the man may ask, when are you getting married? That we should not say we are fixed, so that you not say we fix it without him. I said, no, we are matured now. Now just tell him straight, this is what we are looking at. If he now has an option, you take the option. So when we got there, the guy asked the question. I said, well, we're actually looking at this date, but your father, whatever. He said, no, whatever you guys are, this is good, it's good, it's good. So when we entered the car on our way, I will never forget, Trem, Antonio, were in the car. From we left Yaba, where my friend used to be there, to that place, she didn't say what. I'm like, babe, what's happening now? But you're not even talking. So when we got to that Antonio, almost getting to where we drop her in Bagada, she just turned to me. You are so arrogant. All this Bible. You think, which Bible do you think you know? Which Bible? You think, I said, but what did I do? Say, I told you somebody is my father. You went there. You are just relaxed. Just open your mouth anyhow. You are talking at God. Just for God. You are quoting scripture. Are you? What church do you have? How many members do you have? She was finishing me. That you got there. This is 40,000 members to your 300 members. You can't even humble yourself. You are quoting scripture. I said, but what did I do? And I told you, don't mention date. Yes. You want to mention date. I said, but realize me, you are talking to like that. Why was it? He said, keep quiet, I will slap you now. That's what she told me. I parked the car. I told you, okay. I park. So I looked at her because all my life, my parents never slapped me. I look at her like this. What against spirit field? I said, sorry, repeat what you said now. So when I collect the slap, you don't tell me before I will slap you now. I said, you will do what? You say, I said, I will slap you. What? I said, so you can actually slap. You will look at a whole man like me, you will carry and slap me. As you this small, so if I handle you, I go pieces you like this. Yeah. I said, so you, I said, no, this is it. That's, I said, I've been telling you that you need help. That this manifestation now, do you think this is a Christian behavior? You need help. And I can help you, but this thing, I can't help you to the detriment of myself. So I got back, and of course, no GSM, no. So everything handed over, I said, it's over. So I went that was maybe like a Thursday or Friday. So I went after service on a Sunday to go and say, okay, these are all the things, this one that came through this because some things came as a result of, let's help the man of God. So they brought a lot of stuff. I said, let me return everything, let me move on with my life. Yes. That Sunday, I left church, got to the house, I met them, the family. They were crying. So immediately I got in, and I just said, he's here. Everybody jumped up. So, what's happening here? I'm sorry. I began to cry. What's happening? I don't know. Say this is so. The last, of course, no GSM. Things have gone. They have got family. This one don't go. The one with the miracle don't come home. What happened? So when she went to church that Sunday, she met with Dr. Lukoya. He's alive. That's why I'm putting it in public domain. She went to Dr. Lukoya. So when the Bible says God has sons, these are men of God. that I have worked with, that I know that these are real men of God. She went to Dr. Lukoya after service, as soon as this is what happened, this is what happened. And Dr. Lukoya said, you have made the greatest mistake of your life. That is your husband. That anything you can do to get that man, that if you miss that man, you are gone. That I have been in ministry all my life. That this is the first time that, don't you see the way he was relating with me? Not all this, yes sir, yes sir. All those things she was fighting against was what the man used to validate me. That can't you see that he even saw my people misquoting the scripture and he was telling me to go and correct them. He said, I went to actually do that and I discovered they were wrong. And that for him to come and see the magnitude of the work and still be able to stand for truth, that tells you the kind of man of integrity and standard and value that he is. He said, when I asked him when are you people getting married, he didn't say about the spirit. He went straight to the point. He knew exactly what he wanted. He said, he has gone. And doctor prayed with her and said, before the end of tonight, if I be a man of God and God spoke to me that this is your husband, he will return by himself. He will use his leg to walk back into your house today. And I walk back. So I said, so even though I had that experience, I'm like, that was like, okay, we are Christians. Yeah. Maybe that was, it was one that said, okay, this thing is too real for me, and it is upon that. Because people may say, hey, but you saw, well, that is why I now preach never with warning signals. These are because I sat down, because many times history repeats itself when people refuse to learn from history. And in order to learn from history, it's not that you experience it, it's that you document it. For history not to repeat itself, three things must happen. Number one, what went wrong? You must document it, as in paper and biro or tab. What mistakes did I make? Because I'm not perfect, I made mistakes. What mistake did I make? I have my own mistakes. So you document it. What lessons have I learned? If you don't answer these three questions, you will repeat the same thing. These are the processes that leads to healing. So of course, at the end of the day, many, so I needed to bring that one. I don't want to bring the other thing, but I can stand before the whole world to say, I am clean by the grace of God, not because I'm perfect. Never lifted a hand. So all those things that leads to abuse, I never did one. She did. So I didn't do any, because I never abused, I never abandoned. She left the house by herself. Got home one day and the house was empty. She was gone. And I called Dr. Lukoya, the same Dr. Lukoya. I said, doctor, I'm at home now, the house is empty. I say yes, okay, hold on. Called and called back and say, and that's how we started trying to meet these old fathers of faith, did all kinds of things. But I did my part, and that was it. And I realized, because life is lived forward but understood backwards. When I was in school, this wisdom thing, God just helped me to, just because I've been reading one proverb a day since the days of the 80s. So wisdom is my major core. God give me wisdom, give me wisdom. When I was in school, one of our lecturers in the late 80s got divorced. But is this religion divorce? The woman, they divorced, the woman left. I was in Laro. The woman left and moved to Abeokuta. And one day, about 8 years after the divorce, I got to know that the man had divorced. So I said, so when you say you have divorced, I said, what do you mean by divorce? He said, she left. I said, have you gone to court? Have you settled? He said, no, as a Christian, I believe you. I said, well, she has remarried and she already has 2 children. So what are you still waiting for? So I told him that day, and it became a controversial issue on campus. I said, sir, you are making a great mistake. I said, let me tell you something. I said, if you don't close that door, you won't be open to another door. I said, you'll be shocked that the day you now want to marry, this woman may show up and you are still married to her. 14 years after that separation, after 3 children, 2 in one, another 1 child, when the man now wanted to marry, this woman showed up that she's our husband. I was in my church 1996 when they said someone wanted to. So when he came, my lecturer, he said, I just came to see you. He said, I'm in trouble now. I want to marry another woman. That's when you stuck, that time is happening. So when this one happened, I knew. So I just called my lawyer, look at the laws of Nigeria, look at everything, call every family member. So I waited once everything, I just say bye-bye. So it was good for me because I freed myself. So I'm the one that filed for divorce.
Wait, before you filed for divorce, you guys had sessions with Dr. Lukoya?
Dr. Lukoya, Bishop Oyedepo.
So it wasn't a flippant, it wasn't just a careless...
My family went to the family, they returned out, they said, did you come to pick your daddy? Locked my parents out, sent them back home. They got to Lagos around 3 years. It's messy. Brother is a pastor. I sat down with everybody, said, look,
because it's important to say this, because people think it's just...
So let me just say this, because you see, as a pastor, I stand to be corrected, but you see, I like to be, I apply wisdom in a lot of things that I do. And the major reason is that I had to protect myself. So when the whole thing had come to a point where I knew that this thing, I now started to record
Conversations.
for evidence, because I knew that the church would crucify me.
Yes.
The narrative is that, oh, he leave his wife, he married.
Yes.
I knew that the narrative would become my portion. I already knew the way the church works. So I needed to protect myself, so that serious-minded people that are really interested, if they come to say, I say, no, this is the truth, this is it. So I did those. So what they were now saying is that if you claim that you want restoration, first delete this thing first. Then we come in and say, no, I know go. That's the mistake. That's the sin that everybody has against me. So you will. I say, no. If there is restoration, then not that because I can't remove the sin upon which I'm standing. That is that when my children show up tomorrow, I can say, look, you are not too young to read. This is this video, this audio, to show that I didn't do anything. So so we did everything we needed to do. Because
important people might just think, you just work out any small issue you work out.
1990, so the marriage ended 2005. From 2005, it was evident. She packed out in June 2006, and that was it. So it's a painful. Man, I cried though. Get back home, even freezer empty. You know those kind of things. Library, where books they.